I'm not completely surprised. The pump has stopped. I think this is the third or fourth morning that I've had to deal with this. It's a puzzling mystery to me at this point. Alright, I'll go back down to the creek and put on my thinking cap. Come along with me. I'm going to completely remove my waste valve, that check valve, and just let the water flow through this pipe for an hour or two. And I'll go up there and see if the water is actually dropping in that spring pool. If so, that would explain why this time of year I seem to be losing the thing stops. Okay, let's get busy here. First thing I'm going to do is shut off my supply line, and I want to test to see how many times I got to push that thing to get it started. I love this vertical style pump. I bet I don't have to push it very many times. One time, it starts right up. If you've never tried one of these styles, you ought to make you one. They're real easy to make. I absolutely love this style of pump. Okay. What I'm going to do now is just unscrew that check valve and let it run for a while, and I'll go up and see if it made a difference on the water level in that little spring pool. Get this thing unscrewed. Just not flowing out very good. I wonder if I got another glob of glue in there. That is not a good flow. Let me try opening and closing the valve. See if that helps. Not really. No, that is not good. Alright, let me think about this. I've had that thing off enough times that I know it should be flowing a lot better than what I'm seeing there. I've had that check valve removed for about 30 minutes now. And in that time I can see that the water level in my spring pool has dropped more than an inch, maybe an inch and a half. That's my intake right there. I might go ahead and take the filters off of it and see how much faster this water drops. I took the filters off of the intake, and just while I'm standing here I can see how fast the water is going out of this pool. It's over 2 inches down now. I am allowing a lot of water to get past my pipe. I put a liner in here one year and some stones, some gravel, and all it did was it buried my intake. There's so much sandstone around here. It just completely buried it. I needed to have some kind of flow around that pipe to keep it clean. So I'm thinking now that this is probably my problem, that when I have my pump working right, it's just overnight draining my spring pool. Well, we got some rain coming next week. Maybe that'll help bring the water table up a little bit. Alright, well, I'm not done messing with this, but I do think this is my problem. I moved those sandbags around up there at the top of the rocks, a little dam, and slowed down some of the water coming around my pipe. I don't want to block it all off. But I'm going to take my pot and check the flow rate down here at the end of the dry pipe. Maybe this is just an optical illusion, but yesterday, before I had these brass valves on there, when I was just coming directly out of the PVC pipe, it looked like a stronger flow. This may just be an optical illusion here. So, again, I don't have my clock with me, but I can count to 17 and see if it's taken longer than 17 seconds to fill up this 5-quart pot. We'll give that a try. It'll be a good experiment. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, yeah, a little less than 17, so it's flowing as good today as it was yesterday. So I probably do not have an obstruction in there. Well, I'm going to put it back together with that 1-inch check valve for now, just because I don't have anything else down here with me. And what I'll probably have to do is just install a 3/4 inch check valve, which I can probably get, I'm guessing, 20 hours of pumping out of it. And I'll just have to make a plan to come down here every morning at daybreak and start it back up. Because even though I might drain that spring pond, once my pump stops, it'll fill up real quick. So, anyhow, that's going to be the temporary plan. Let me get her put back together and see if I can get it started. Well, I've been down here about an hour and it keeps stopping, especially if I open this valve up more than halfway. It's almost like I'm not getting any back pressure. But it also does it on my short hose, my little test hose. And in the past, I've been able to easily open this up 100%. Today, if I get it more than 50%, it shuts off. So I'm going to have to rethink this whole idea. What I might do tomorrow, if this thing continues to run all night, is come down here and change this part of the pump. Instead of a 1-inch T, I'll go to a 3/4 inch T. I mean, the outlet's 3/4 inches and the pressure tank is 3/4 inches. I'll just put a 3/4 inch check valve here and 3/4 inch T, and hopefully that'll provide some sort of fake back pressure. I don't know. I know last year I did an experiment where I put a check valve, a spring-loaded check valve in it, and I didn't even have to have my delivery line attached. I was able to run my pump. It was giving me a few pounds of back pressure just because of the spring in that check valve. Okay, well, that's enough for today. I don't know if we're any closer to fixing this or not, but I know we're closer to me giving up on it today. We'll keep at this till we get an answer. That's a pitiful water flow. That's with the valve going to my hoses down at the pump. My delivery valve is 50% shut, but hopefully that'll keep it going till tomorrow. Some water is better than no water. We'll check this out tomorrow morning. Hopefully I'll have a pool full or close to it. Even if I If I have to, I'll just irrigate every 2 days instead of every day. Okay, let's go grab a beer. Yep, never say die. It's still Friday afternoon. I swore I was not going to come back down here today, but here I am. This is unusual. Usually when this thing shuts off, the waste valve is in the closed position. This is a little different here. It's like it's not getting enough water through the draft pipe. I'm going to do some experimenting today. I'm going to change some of these valves around. I know I can interchange a 1-inch valve or a 3/4 inch valve for the waste. But I'm going to experiment today with the other check valve. Maybe put something smaller on there. Okay, we'll get going here in a minute. Before we start operating on this thing, I'm going to turn the drive pipe off. I'm going to shut all the water off to the round pump itself. Next thing I'm going to do is release the pressure. And now I'll take a pair of pliers and remove this discharge manifold from the pump. When I get back up to the house, I'll show you that that pool noodle I took out of the pressure tank. I'm more and more convinced that the reason that thing got ate up was because of that glob of glue that got stuck in the drive pipe. I think it just ate that thing up like acid. It also ate this gasket up. Okay, I might have to use 2 hands to do this. Maybe not. It's probably pretty boring watching me unscrew a hose. Get that out of the way. And now we'll take the pressure tank off. I'm just going to unscrew it. I've got a filter wrench so I can tighten this up, but it's not leaking. Okay. Let's see what we have here. This is just a T. It's a 1-inch T. I'm going to exchange this 1-inch T for a 3/4 inch T, and right below that is the 1-inch check valve. I'm going to also replace that with a 3/4 inch check valve. Now, because this is a 1-inch system, this bottom T here is 1 inch, so I'm going to, after I remove the check valve and this T up here, I'm going to have to put some sort of reducer into this T to change it from 1 inch to 3/4 inch. In fact, both of these are reducers here. I think I'll just take them off of that and use them. I'm going to put the camera down. In other words, well, that's a hose connection. Okay, let me put this down. I need to get a reducer here to go from 1 inch to 3/4 inch nipple. I might have a problem here. I'll be able to use this reducer to go from 1 inch to 3/4, but this is what I had my hose manifold attached to, and it goes from 1 inch pipe thread to 3/4 inch garden hose thread. I might have to look around and see if I've got a 3/4 pipe to 3/4 hose adapter somewhere. This may hold me up for a little bit. I'm not even putting thread tape on here for now. I just want to see if it's going to work. This thing may not even cycle coming down this small. Okay. Now I'm going to get a 3/4 inch nipple, put it in that hole, and a 3/4 inch check valve screw onto the nipple. Got a 3/4 inch check valve here. Make sure that it flows up. In other words, when it's sitting vertical, it's in the closed position, as opposed to my waste valve, which is in the open position when it's sitting still. Okay, now let me see what I need to do here. I'm going to need to come off of here somehow to my discharge hose and still have a hole up here for the pressure tank. So I've got to look for a 3/4 inch T.